Hello, my beautiful peeps out there. How are you guys doing on this beautiful, 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 hot ass Thursday? How y'all guys doing on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday? I am jamming today. I am listening to Neo Soul Pandora. I don't own the rights to the music in the background, but I'm jamming, guys. I hope everybody is having a good week so far. You know, tomorrow is Friday, the weekend kick off. But like I always do, I'm going to burn my sage to get this groove on. Move this out the way. Hold on, guys. They jamming in the background. But yes, I'm going to burn my sage before I get started. For all the ones out there, I know you guys are at work at this time, but it's okay. You can always go back and look at my podcast. You can always go back. And also, too, like, or share. Whatever you feel like you want to do. But I'm going to burn my sage before I get started, guys. Burning my sage to bring out nothing but positive energy your way. Nothing but positive energy. You know, right now, just take a moment. You know, release that negative energy out of you right now. Somebody might have pissed you off. You know, release that energy right now. Bring in some positive energy. Bring in some positive energy. But I'm going to put this down and let it burn a little bit. Yes, guys. But how y'all guys doing? You know, I know everybody have watched the little Alabama incident. I know y'all have. I know I have. You know, it's something else, you know, this world. You know, I hate that happened, you know, but hey, you know, I just feel like we need to come together like that all the time. Not just sometimes when, you know, violence got to play a part of it. You know, we need to come together all the time as a race. We do. Because we are separate. We don't come together as a race. We don't. We don't. But yes, guys, I think the topic that I'm going to talk about today is going to be very good. Very good. You know, very good. You know, because Tuesday, you know, it just came on me. I just sat there, you know, in my Marla room and I just really just sat there and really thought, like, you know, people are not truthful to you. They're not. You know, people don't really tell you the truth. They don't. You know, but they do have some that do, you know. But today's topic is about what does it mean to be truthful? You know, a lot of times we search for the truth. We do. It could be in a relationship. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. You know, we do. Sometimes we do. You know, we search, you know, for the truth. You know, and we expect people to be honest with us. We do. But it doesn't work like that in this world. It don't. You know, because really, if you really truly look at it, you know, when we came into this world, our parents really didn't tell us the truth. They didn't. You know, a lot of times people are afraid to speak their truth. Or a lot of times people are afraid to tell someone the truth. It's because of the simple fact they are trying to protect their feelings. Or they're trying to just, you know, push that conversation under the rug. You know, sometimes people will just say something knowing that that's not how they feel or the truth, they say things just to push things under the rug because they don't want to talk about things. You know, a lot of times people are afraid to be honest with a person. You know, people are afraid, you know, and sometimes too, you know, a lot of times people want to know the truth, but sometimes people, it's not really, you know, they really can't handle the truth. You know, a lot of times people can't handle the truth. A lot of times people always want to say, hey, I just want you to be honest with me. I just want you to tell me the truth. But if you really think about it, people cannot handle the truth. You know, they can't. And then I feel like another thing too is that people just not that person to just be honest with you. I feel like a lot of times in this world, if people was honest and truthful, I think this world will be better. I really feel to believe. Hello, Stacy. Did you enjoy your birthday, beautiful? Happy birthday to you, Stacy. Happy birthday. Oh, let me do a little shout out birthdays, y'all, before I get started. I like to shout out to my homegirl, Laura. Welcome to the 50 Club, Laura. Woo! Happy birthday, Laura Jean. And I also like to shout out happy birthday to my little stepsister, Felicia. Happy birthday, beautiful. And also happy birthday to Stacy. Happy birthday, beautiful. So if you guys are watching, send them a shout out. Tell them happy birthday, guys. Tell them happy birthday. It's a beautiful feeling to have another birthday. It's beautiful. I can't wait for my birthday. Got 2 more months. 2 more months. But yes, guys, I really wanted to talk about being truthful. I really do. Because, you know, I feel like this is the next journey that I'm going through in my life, is realizing that a lot of people that I truly love, a lot of people was never honest with me. They was never truthful, you know. And sometimes, you know, when a person is not being true for you, sometimes that hurts, you know. Sometimes that causes a lot of different emotions, you know. I feel like if people start being honest with people from the beginning, I think it will make people's relationship better. You know, I feel like, you know, it will make family relationships better. I feel like it will make everything better, because I feel like, you know, a lot of times when you're in a relationship with a person, you get caught up. And when I say you get caught up because that person is not being honest with you. They're not. I feel like if you're a person that you know that you're going to cheat, you need to be honest with that person from the beginning and tell that person, you know, hey, I have an issue of being faithful. You know, give that person that choice. And I feel like in a relationship, if people would just be honest with each other from the beginning, I think their relationship will be a lot better, and it will be a lot of better communications, you know, with each other. But you got to understand that when people don't be true to you, it's a lot of disappointments. You know, you get disappointed in a person, you know, because they don't want to be honest with you, because for one thing, they're trying to protect your feelings. Me, personally, I would rather for a person to be honest with me. You know, especially if you're in a relationship. You know, I'd rather for a person just to be honest. You know, I don't know how I feel at that moment. You know, but at least I would respect them so much that they are being honest. You know, because give that person that choice to make. If that person wants to continue to deal with bullshit or whatever, give that person that choice. You know, give that person, start learning how to give a person a choice, because at least you can say, hey, I was honest with you, but that was your choice to make. You know, so then you won't feel bad that if you do something wrong or do something, you won't feel that anger, you know, because it's like, hey, I gave you a choice. The liars enjoy lying until they are being lied to. Yes, Stacy, that is so true. That is so, so true. And a lot of times people be in a fantasy world, like they just don't get it. Like, yeah. But I'm gonna get started, and that right there, Stacy, I'm gonna talk about that, what you just said. That's gonna be one of these, questions or whatever. So I wrote down a couple questions that I feel like, a lot of people want to know those answers. So one, why should people be truthful? Why should people in your definition, why do you feel that people should be truthful? And what I'm reading is my opinion only. Everybody has their own opinion on when it comes for a person being truthful. Honesty is what makes you much more liable and trustworthy. I feel like if you practice on being true to people, I feel like your life will be better. I feel like you will understand life better, and they will understand you better. So practice on, being true to a person. Just practice on it, because I feel like it will change your outlook when it comes to life. It will. Should we always be truthful? Trust is built on assumption of truthfulness. I feel like yes. Some situations, I feel like all situations, you should be true. Regardless if that person gets angry with you, if that person decides to leave you, at least you know that you're being honest with that person. Be honest with that person. Why do you want others to be honest to you? Me, personally, I feel once a person is being honest with me, I will respect them so much. Honesty promotes openness. Our perception and allow us to observe everything around us with clarity. I feel like when you're surrounded by people that you know that's going to be honest with you, I feel like that gives you an opportunity to really, really enjoy them, because you know that no matter what, they are going to be honest with you. I do have friends that I feel that are honest with me. I feel like I never had to question, their honesty. I never came across anybody, any friends, girls that I call my homegirls. I never had to question their honesty. I never. And that's not very often that you find a group of young ladies that you can have that trust, honesty, among each other. Now, I'm not saying of the outside people that, they cool. Now, them, I have to question their honesty. I have to question their honesty. But my group, a circle of friends that I call friends, I don't have to question their honesty. I don't. They never put me in a position that I had to question their honesty. I know a lot of people out there probably saying, yeah, right, or, I never had anybody, but I don't have to question my homegirls' honesties. I don't. Is it more important to be thankful or kind? Kindness without honesty is not kindness. Anybody can be kind. That doesn't mean that they're being honest. So, a lot of times people get caught up of just because a person is being kindness, they get caught up thinking that that person is going to be honest. No, it doesn't work like that. A lot of people can be kind, but they're not honest. Let me read a couple questions. I think honesty comes with maturity. Correct. Now that I am grown, I expect the truth. Yes. But in my younger days, I pride myself. And you're so true. Stacy, you made a good point. You made a good point. You made a good point. But it's crazy how a lot of people our age, they're not on that growth. You know, and it's crazy that how people like to just stay there. You know, but when you learn about yourself more and you go deep, you know, and you grow, you want somebody to be honest with you. You want somebody to tell you the truth. You know, when we was young, we didn't really well, I'm just going to say me. I'm not going to say, you know, because I don't know how other people feel when they was young. I'm going to talk about me. When I was young, I was very naive. I didn't really understand what life was about. I really didn't. All I knew that life was about fun. You know, you have boyfriends, you break up with them, you move on to the other one, you break up with them, you move on to. So I really wasn't even really like focusing on a person being honest with me, because at that moment, I wasn't looking for that. I was just looking to have fun, just enjoy myself, and that was it. You know, and as the years went on and as I got older, I felt that, you know, I found myself in relationships that, you know, I want to be. Wait, let me slow down, y'all. Let me slow down, because see me out. Let me slow down. When I got to the point that I wanted people to be honest with me, that's when I got older, and that's when I understand about life. You know, and that's when I really took my time out to really focus on people, you know, observe people. Because, you know, when you're young, you really don't observe people. I didn't. I really didn't observe people when I was young. You know, I thought everybody was good, you know. And that played a part of my naive side, because I'm thinking that, you know, how can people be so mean and so rude to people, you know? So I was like, you know, I was naive when I was, you know, younger in my teen years. But then as I got older, you know, I start to observe people. I start understanding people, because sometimes you'll find a person that is a liar, like a true liar, but they'll make the shit sound like it's fucking real. You know, you'll find a lot of people that can just lie in your face so good, and you just be in state of shock, like, oh my God, this person is actually lying. You know, you learn about people. You learn about people, and you know, and once you get to that point of your life, you don't want nobody to keep lying to you. You don't. You want a person to be straight up, especially, you know, me. By me being in a relationship, by me being married, I'm going to be straight up with my husband. If my husband asks me a question, and I'm going to be truthful, you know, why lie? Why lie? You know, my thing is, I'd rather be truthful, and if it's something that you didn't like that I was being truthful, at least we can work on that. At least we can have an understanding with each other, because for one thing about it, I'm not going to sit there and just lie when you know I'm lying. You know? Is being truthful disrespectful? There's more disrespect in wait, let me start. There are more disrespectful in withholding the truth. You need to know then there is in the telling of the truth. I feel like when a loved one is not truthful to you, I feel like that is disrespectful. I do. You know, I really do. And I'm the type of person that when I know the truth, I like to just test that person just to see if that person is going to tell the truth I don't know how you guys work, when it, but me personally, I would ask a person a question knowing that I know the truth. But I just try to give people benefit of doubt just to see if they are truthful to me. And it's crazy how you sit back and you ask a person a question and you already know the truth. You already know it. You already know it. But you're just saying to yourself, okay, let me see if I have should I have confidence in this person, that this person is going to be, truthful to me. That's how you can test people, So what I'll do, I'll ask them a question, praying that, okay, let me be right about this person. So if that person sit there and lie to me, I won't get upset. I would just smile about it. And then I would say to myself, now I know the type of person that you are. I do a lot of tests on people like that. I do. I shouldn't be telling my little secret, but I do. That's how I know how people are truly being real. And sometimes, when people are telling someone the truth, the person that's receiving the truth, they can't handle the truth, so they feel like that person is being disrespectful. Have you ever been in a situation like that? That when you're telling the person the truth, the person try to switch it around and make it seem like you're being disrespectful to them? Let me read some more questions, y'all. Let me read some more questions. Yes, it is disrespectful. As the old goes, honesty is the best policy, good, bad, or indifference. You can work through. You're right. You're right. But a lot of times people, Stacy, I feel like it would save a lot of people for being in a being in a long relationship with a person if a person would just be honest. Because you find a lot of people that's in a relationship with a person and that person is not being honest with that person. A lot of times people think that they love that person or they're in love with that person, and then when they realize that they don't love that person like that, instead of them telling that person the truth, they continue being in a relationship with that person knowing that they don't feel that person like that. I have a lot of people in relationships like that. I just feel like once you start being honest with a person, I feel like, whatever issues you and that person is going through, if y'all start being honest with each other about the situation, I think your relationship will turn out being strong. I really feel. A lot of times people are afraid to be honest. That's just like if you're in a relationship with a person, if you feel like, that person is not giving you enough attention. But you can't even be honest with that person to tell that person, hey, I need a lot of attention. You don't say that. You just brush it under the rug and be done with it, knowing that you're not being true to yourself because you're not telling that person what you truly want. That's where it comes from, learning about yourself and being true to yourself. You got to start being true to yourself. Because I feel like if we don't start being true for ourselves, you're going to continue selling. You can continue dealing with bullshit. You are. I don't care what it is. You're going to continue because you're not being true to yourself. We need to start learning how to be true to ourselves. That's just like if you're in a relationship with a person, or if you're married to a person and if you feel like your relationship is boring, tell your partner, hey, be true to your partner. Because a lot of times people get so comfortable of the type of relationship that they're in, that they don't realize that y'all do the same rotation every day. every day. Y'all don't do nothing different. Y'all do the same thing. You know, but your partner might be like feeling like they're bored, but they're afraid to tell you. You got to learn how to start speaking your truth. You got to learn how to start speaking your truth, especially when you're married. It's for better or worse. But people don't speak their truth. People don't speak their truth. They don't. They don't speak their truth, you know. And I saw this on TikTok, and I thought this was, you know, she spoke her truth. It was this lady that is married, and her husband been together for a long period of time. So her husband stepped out on her. Her husband cheated on her. She found out about it. So this is what she did. She told to her husband, she said, okay, I tell you what, since you couldn't be honest with me to tell me that you have an urge to sleep with another woman, you have the urge that you want to be with another woman, period. So she told him, since you didn't want to be true to me, I'm going to be true to you. So this is how we're going to do our marriage. You decided that you need other females in your life. Okay, you do that. I'm going to do me. But we're going to stay married. We're going to continue getting money. We're going to continue raising these kids together. We're going to continue doing what married people do. But we're going to start having rules and regulations now. You know, and I felt like that was the right thing. Like, when I just feel like when a person continue to cheat on you, if a person continue to stay out all night long and all that, it's something that person is missing. It's something that person is missing. I feel like a lot of times people got to understand, sometimes people are not good together. Some people are not good together. Some people are really with each other for the stability. Really, truly. You got to be honest. You got to look at shit on the real shit. You know, a lot of times people are not meant to be with each other. A lot of times relationship is they just go with the flow, whatever works for them. Knowing that person is not the person they want to be with. Honest with each other. And just say to yourself, hey, you're not the person that I thought I wanted to be with. You know, but I'm learning. You know, just be honest with a person. You know, just be honest. But, you know, the world that we're living in, people are not going to be honest that way. You know, people are not. You know, so I'm not going to sit here and, you know, people are not. People are not going to be real with people. And I feel like if people start being real, I think it would be less stress, you know, less depression, you know, less anxiety. You know, I feel like if people just start being real to people, you know, and stop prolonging, you know, because that's what makes it worse when you prolong a person, when you're not being honest with a person. You keep saying that you're going to be good to a person, but then you turn around and you go back to your old ways. Be honest and tell that person, hey, I don't know how to be good to you. I don't. You know, be honest with that person. You know, but people are not going to be real. People are not going to be real. What is the power of being truthful? I feel like it allows you to stop hiding who you are and what you want, what you need out of life, or what you need from another, so you can truly live. And I feel that, like, when I start really realizing what life was really about, you know, I kept asking myself, why am I keep getting disappointed by the ones that I love? You have to stop putting your all into people. You do. And when I say putting your all into people, I'm saying is that you cannot continue living through people. People are going to disappoint you. People are not going to be honest to you. all you doing is leading up to disappointment, hurt, sadness, depression, all of that. You know, and I had to realize people don't think the way I think. People's mindset is not on a positive mindset. You know, because I used to say to myself all the time, when I had got hurt by a person that I truly, truly, Lord, that I truly loved. When that person could not be honest with me with one simple question that I asked them. One simple question. When I found out that that person could not be true to me with that one question, one easy question that I asked them, I had to ask myself, wow, here you go, give your all and be honest and be truthful to this person. You ask this person one little simple question that it should not be hard. But that person couldn't answer you truthful with that one little question. Why should I continue giving this person my all when this person can't even be honest with me? That's when you start looking at things different in life. That's when you start learning to ask for the things that you want. That's when you start peeping how people truly are. That's why I say it all the time. People are so funny to me. They are. You know, people are so funny that they cannot just be truthful to you. Like, they have to continue lying. And I had to say to myself, I got to stop putting my all into people. I got to stop being a pleaser. I got to stop that. I got to live for Keisha. As long as Keisha knows that she's living in her truth, that's all that matters. I can't expect people to be honest with me. I can't expect people to be truthful to me. I can't expect people to do that because they're not. You know, if my mom, when I was first born, if my mom was never truthful to me, how can I expect other people to be truthful to me? And when I say when my mom wasn't truthful to me, meaning that when you're a little girl, you ask your mother a question when you know the truth, but when your mother tells you, oh no baby, it's not like that, it's like this, you're believing what your mother is telling you. So in your mind, you knew the truth, but in your mother coming to you telling you what the truth is, you're going to believe what your mother is telling you. You know, because our mothers protect us from a lot of things. If our mothers would have told us from the truth from the beginning, I think all of us will be powerful, but I think all of us will really be powerful. You know, because if my mother would have told me how men was truly are, you know, it's like if our parents would have told us how, you know, when you're on a job, how jobs are really are. Our parents don't tell us that when we're little. They don't. You know, a lot of times, you know, they push a lot of stuff under the rug instead of bringing it up front to be true to us. That's why I tell, you know, people today, when you have kids, be true to your kids. Don't sugarcoat shit to your kids. Don't sugarcoat nothing to your kids. Be honest with your kids. You know, tell your kids, you know, if you experience, you know, different things in your life, especially when it comes to being in a relationship, tell your kids. You know, be honest with your kids. You know, you tell your kids, being in a relationship, it takes work. I don't want you to look at my relationship and you feel like, you know, being together, it's all gravy and all happy. No, no. You got to be honest with your kids. You got to break the shit down. That's why when my girls come to me, I don't sugarcoat shit to them. I don't. I break the shit down and I'm going to be honest with them. Because I don't want to sugarcoat it to them and they go through that. And then if I try to come to them and say, well, this way, they're going to be like, well, dang, Mom, why you never told me the truth about it? Why you told me it was this way? You know, you got to be honest with your kids. You got to be truthful with your kids. You know, if your kids come to you with a question, don't brush it off. Don't push it under the rug. Answer that question in a truthful way. Especially if they ask you a question that it was something that you experienced. Be honest. Let them know that sometimes you are going to go through some hard moments in a relationship. Sometimes you are going to have a man that's going to hurt your heart. You know, you got to be true to, especially, you know, you just got to be true to your kids. You got to start living in your truth. You know, because a lot of times, you know, parents get angry when their kids throw back in their face and say, well, Mom, I watch you deal with it. You said it was okay. You dealing with it, so why should I deal with it? You know, you have to start being honest. You have to break that curse, because when you got kids, kids are looking up at you. They watching you. A lot of times parents don't believe that kids be watching them, but they watch. These kids watch. They pay attention. You know, if you're dealing with a man that's abusing you, jumping on you in front of your kids and all of that, and as your kids get older, if you have teenagers now that's watching you getting your ass whipped by a man or by a woman, and if your child get in that type of relationship, don't get angry at your child, because for one thing, you allow that to continue going on of your child watching you getting jumped on. You have to teach your kids. You have to show your kids, no, I don't want you to do what I did. I don't want you to settle of selling with someone that's putting their hands on you. No, that's not right. You know, you got to teach your kids this, because it's a pattern. It is. It's a pattern. You know, that's why I try to break the curse when it comes to my girls. You know, I try to teach my girls, because me coming up, my mom my mom kept me sheltered when it came to a lot of situations that what life is about. You know, I had to learn things, you know, about life. You know, I had to learn things. And I feel like I'm not going to keep my girls blinded about things when it comes, you know, for situations that they find themselves in. I'm not going to sugarcoat it to them. I'm going to be real with them. You know, because one thing about it, my girls will tell you, I am always coming to them on a real level. You know, because I want them, you know, when they decide to have kids, I want them to be real with their kids. You know, and that's just like with my friend girls. You know, I try to be real with them. You know, just like one of my friends, you know, back in the days, you know, she had an issue, you know, doing drugs real bad, you know, and, you know, you hear different stories or whatever, but I'm a type of person that I don't run with that. You know, I don't run with what people tell me. That's not me. I don't do that. I investigate. I have to find out my own truth, you know, because people can talk. People can assume. People can, you know, so I didn't do that, you know. So what I did as a friend, and I wanted to be real and truthful, I went to her and I asked her, you know, I said, hey, the word on the street, and I just want to hear from you, because, you know, I'm not going to go by what people tell me or whatever. I want to hear from you. And I asked her, and she told me, yes, Keisha, I am, you know, and I felt that truthness of friendship, because if you cannot go to your friends and be honest with them, they're not your true friends. You know, they shouldn't, I didn't make no judgments on her. I didn't, you know, I didn't do any of that. Because for one thing, you can't make judgments on people. You can't. Nobody don't truly know what a person is going through in life. Nobody don't know what that person is thinking in life. I never made judgments on anybody. Anybody. You know, that's just like, you know, dealing with my father. You know, my father was an alcoholic. You know, I was, you know, I owned up. I owned up to all the truthness. You know, I didn't hide behind it. You know, but a lot of times people don't want to face the truth when their family members or you know, friends are going through something. They are so embarrassed, they hide it, they don't want to talk about it. But you shouldn't be embarrassed. You know, you shouldn't be embarrassed because everybody goes through something. Everybody is going through something. You know, but you want to be honest to your friends. You know, that's just like if my girls, I feel like if my girls are fucking up in life, then no, I will come to them and say, hey, you fucking up. You need to get your shit together. That's why I feel like if I was fucking up in life, I would want one of my friends or my family to come to me and say, hey, Keisha, you fucking up in life. At least I know that I have people that's going to be true to me. You know, a lot of times people are not true to their loved ones. They're not. You know, sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusional destroyed. A lot of times people don't want to hear the truth. People don't want to hear the truth. They don't. That's why you find yourself, if you're a person that's real like me, and you have a conversation with a person and you're being honest with a person is going to make you feel like you're lying to them or you're jealous of them. You know, people don't want to hear the truth. They say they do, but they don't. People don't want to hear the truth. People do not want to hear the truth. Some people do, and some people, majority of them, they don't. They don't. The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are the people with something to hide. Yes. Yes. A lot of times people make up lies over and over because they're trying to hide the truth. My thing is, you do not have to lie to someone that you truly love. You shouldn't. You know, but you find people that constantly lying because they constantly hiding things. You know, I feel like when you're in life and you're grown, you shouldn't have to hide shit. You know, we grown. People don't want to hear the truth. They never do. They want to live in some kind of fantasy, and then when they get caught up in it, they start being denial because they don't want to be wrong. People live in a fantasy world a lot. Some people don't even really understand life. Some people are so used to a certain routine every single day. That's why you find a lot of times when people step out of their routine, they get so confused. They just they can't handle it. They don't know what to do. It's because as long as they keep having that same routine in their life, they fine. If any kind of disturbance come into that routine, they're going to freak out. They're going to freak out. They are afraid to have any kind of eruption, any kind of noise. It got to be that straight routine. You know, I had to tell my daughters that life is not going to always be happy, joyful. It's not going to be like that. Life doesn't work like that. You got to understand what life is about. You cannot continue going through life thinking that life's supposed to be so perfect. You don't know how to deal with if anything just come in the rut of your life. You don't know how to deal with it. A lot of people don't know how to deal with that. A lot of people. A lot of people do not know how to deal with life. If their routine in their life, if it get messed up in any type of way, in any way, they do not know how to handle life. Life, shit happens. Shit happens. You got to learn how to deal with the bad things in your life. I feel like when you learn how to deal with bad things in your life, the good things in your life, that's gravy. But when you learn how to deal with bad things in your life, it makes you stronger. It makes you powerful. And it makes you understand life better. It does. It makes you understand life better. That's why you have to get into yourself. You have to. You have to learn more about yourself. You know, you have to learn more about yourself. And last but least, I just want someone to be real with me. I do. I do. I don't like people to be fake with me. I hate fake people. They have a lot of fake people. You know, just like I went to at the little park last, Saturday. They had this chick that, you know, we might have been around each other a couple of times, but it's not often or whatever. And it's so funny how you just, you know, people are funny to me anyway, but it's so funny how, you know, how people be in a group, like lined up in a group. And you know how, I don't know if any of y'all have experienced this, but you know how when you walk up, some people like do this so you cannot speak to them. Well, that happened to me. And it was so funny because it's like that person was there. This person was right there that I was going to speak to. You know, and I knew the person was like, you know, me, I'm going to kill you with kindness. I spoke to her. I ain't think nothing of it. You know, my thing is people got to understand that people really don't give a fuck about other people like that. I know I don't. I really don't care if a person speak to me or not. I don't. I don't live by that. You know, a lot of women do. A lot of women get upset if a woman walk up and they don't, you know, speak to you. A lot of women get upset like that. You know, my thing is if I don't be around you like that or in your circle like that or whatever, I don't expect you to speak to me. You know, and don't expect me to speak to you. You know, but I don't know. Women are funny. People are funny to me. Men are funny too. You know, people are funny. You know, people are so funny. People need to stop assuming what people is actually thinking, because a lot of times people don't even think about other people like that. They don't. You know, that's why, you know, a lot of times you find, you know, friends and family and friends, you know, they get, you know, all in their feelings because, you know, they thinking that that person is mad at them. Or stop assuming. You know, that's why I say get into yourself, learn about yourself, because once you start learning about yourself and learn about life, all of that little petty shit that you used to focus on and worry about, that shit won't even faze you anymore at all. It don't faze you. It won't faze you anymore. Like me, that shit doesn't faze to me anymore, you know. That's why I had to learn and say to myself, people are not going to be honest with me. They're not. People are not going to be truthful. They're not. You know, it's very, very seldom that you find people that's really real. It's very seldom. It is. You know, And I know sometimes when I be real to a person, I know they be like, oh, she's being a bitch or whatever. But no, I'm not being a bitch. I'm going to tell y'all one incident. I was out and about or whatever. So you know how it is. Like if you sit at the bar or whatever, you know when somebody crack a joke, you know a person would, you know, tap you like that. You know, people do have habits when, because, you know, I used to do that. Like laugh and I'll hit the person or whatever. So, you know, you do that. So I had this incident that this guy was sitting next to me and this girl was cracking a joke or whatever. And the shit was funny. And he hit me. So, you know, I said to myself, okay, you know, I'm gonna let him slide on that. So then, as it kept going on, he hit me again. And I'm like, okay. So then when he hit me, it's like, I don't know if he was calling himself trying to flirt. I don't know. But when he hit me, it's like he pinched me like. So I politely turned around and I said, sir, you don't know me. I said, I let you slide the first time when you touched me because, you know, that's normal. People do that. I said, but when you kept doing it or whatever, I said, no. I said, I would appreciate if you stopped touching me. Now, I'm being real and I'm being honest, you know, because I don't like everybody touching me. I don't like that. I don't like that. He told me, ooh, I'm sorry, mean girl. I said, well, sir, if you feel that I'm mean, that's the way you feel. I said, but you don't know me, so you shouldn't touch me. Simple as that. And I turned back around and, you know, continue drinking my drink. But it's crazy how people find that when you're being real to them, they taking it as like you got an attitude or you being a bitch or you mean or whatever. No. One thing about me, I'm going to be real. I don't want you, I was nice about it. Don't fucking touch me. Simple as that. I don't need you to touch me. Don't touch me. And I don't like people, I don't like that. You know, men got that real bad. Men like to touch. I don't like that. I'm not one of those women that likes to be touched and all. I don't like that. I don't like that, period. When I'm out by myself or whatever, I don't like that. You know, and men got to understand that, you know, if women is telling them, it's not that they're being mean or a bitch or anything like that. They just being true. Like, don't fucking touch me. Simple as that. You know? But yeah, people are a trip, y'all. People are a trip. They're a trip. But yes, I just want y'all to start like really, really, really going deep. Like really, really focus on yourself. Make yourself happy. You know, understand your life better. You know, and watch your choices that you made. You know, and then also too, when a person is coming to you and being real with you, don't take it as an attitude or that person being a bitch or whatever. Take it as that person is being honest with you. They're being real with you and they're giving you that choice. You know, once you make that choice, hey, only person you can blame is yourself because you made that choice. But when people are being real with you, respect that. You know, and if you want people to be real with you, you're going to have to take that truth, baby. You're going to have to take it. Because I said to myself, Lord knows, if they have so many people that was really honest to people, whew, can a lot of people handle it? I don't think so. I don't think they could. I don't think so. But just try to practice of being honest, you know, to a person. If you feel like a person is disrespecting you, let that person know at that moment and tell that person that they're disrespecting you. You know, if it's something that a person wants you to do or you don't like or whatever, be honest with that person. Stop letting people slide of things that you know that is not right. You know, and stop being afraid to tell your truth. Stop being afraid of that. Speak your truth. You know, I don't care if that person gets mad or whatever. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. You know, speak your truth. Because, baby, it's funny. You know, I speak my truth. I don't care. You know, I don't care. I speak my truth. You know, but I wasn't like that before. You know, I wasn't like that before, you know, but once I started learning about myself and once I started going deep, you know, deep about myself, you know, and really looking at life and really understand that, you know, you don't know what people are thinking. You know, people are not being honest with you. You know, you can ask that person that question, but that person would just say something just to push that shit under the rug, hopefully that you don't ask that question again. You know, I had to realize all of that. You know, I had to realize, and I had to say to myself, stop putting your all into people. Stop putting your all into people. Because one thing about it, nobody is fucking perfect. Nobody. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody is fucking perfect. And people kills me when they highlight and say, oh, you got the perfect husband. Oh, you got the perfect wife. Oh, people are not fucking perfect. People are not perfect. You know, just because a person might just do, you know, beautiful things for you, that doesn't mean that person is perfect. That person is probably still doing fucked up shit. You know, so people need to stop feeling like everybody is fucking perfect. Nobody is perfect. Everybody is going to make fucking mistakes. Everybody. Everybody's going to make mistakes in life. That's why you got to stop putting pressure on your kids. Your kids are allowed to make mistakes. Your kids are not fucking perfect. That's why a lot of parents get so disappointed in their kids, because you're putting too much pressure on your kids. How can you put so much pressure on your kids when you don't do shit right? Like, you have mistakes. That just kills me. But you know, hey, that's my opinion only. But all I'm going to tell you, as long as you keep putting pressure into your kids, you're going to get very disappointed in your kids. Because a lot of times, kids, they could be this good person, and 2 years later, you like, oh my God, I cannot believe my child went that route. Stop. Let your kids live their own life. I feel like once they turn 18, that's their decisions. Now, under 18, yeah, you can make them, you're supposed to make the decisions. But once they turn 18, let your kids make their own decisions. Because you cannot hold your kid's hand through life. You can't. And I had to teach myself that. I had to let go. I got grown kids. I got to let go. It's going to be things that they do in their life that I am not going to like. But those are my kids. That's their life. They got to get their shit together. They got to go through it to make them a better person, to make them strong, for them to learn from those lessons. We all learn lessons in life. We do. A lot of times people keep repeating the same lessons in life because they just not getting it. They just don't want to get it. But you have to learn from your lessons. Trust me, you do. I learned from mine. You know, for you to be a better person, you can't keep making the same mistakes over and over again. You can't continue doing that. You can't. You got to try to at least change and be a better person. You know, a lot of times people always say that they want to be a better person, but they don't want to do the fucking work. You got to do the work. You know, you got to change your bad habits. You got to change that. Be a better person. That's why I tell people all the time, when I find people that have beautiful hearts, but to other people, they feel like they just ain't shit. Sometimes a lot of people got a lot of beautiful heart out there. They do. It's just that in their mindset, they just so used to listen to nothing but negativity all the time. You know, but they got a lot of people out there that got beautiful hearts. They do. They do. they have a lot of people that they heart are beautiful. You know, it's just a beautiful person. But sometimes they just get caught up that they're letting that negativity take control of their lives. That's why I tell, you know, people all the time, change your mindset. Put positive thoughts in your mind. Try to live a positive life. You know, that's why you see a lot of people are enjoying their life and happy, you know, have a lot of happy moments because they're changing their mindset. Life is not hard. It's what we make life out of. Because a lot of times we bring on a lot of stress to ourselves when we don't have to. You know, sometimes we have to step back and let people figure out their own life. We have to. You know, because a lot of times when you get so involved with other people's life, you're losing yourself. You got to step back and get into yourself. Make yourself happy. I feel like everybody deserves happiness. Everybody deserves love. That's why I tell people all the time, when you're around the ones that you love, enjoy those moments. Enjoy the moments. I tell people that all the time. I'm just enjoying the moment with you. I'm just enjoying that moment. I'm just appreciating the little things. And that's what life is about. To appreciate the little things in life. Enjoy that moment. If you haven't seen a person in a long time and they stop by your house, enjoy that moment with that person. Enjoy that moment. You know, a lot of times people don't know how to enjoy the moment. Enjoy that moment. Stop. Take yourself away from all the stress that you're dealing with. Take yourself away and just enjoy that moment, especially when you're out and about with your friends. If y'all going out to eat, you know, if y'all going to a club or going to a festival, don't talk about your problems. Leave your problems at home. Enjoy those moments with your friend girls. Have fun. You know, enjoy those moments. You know, don't wait till that person pass away and then there you go, want to holler out and say, you know, I wish I would have enjoyed them more and all. Enjoy them now. You know, and for the ones out there that if you feel like you're back against the wall, whatever you do, don't give up. Find you someone to talk to. You know, if it gets too rough, check yourself in, but get you some help. Life is precious, and you got this. Don't give up on yourself. Just keep the faith. You know, just sit back and analyze your life and see what's not going right and try to fix those things. You know, try to fix those things. And for the ones out there that have lost someone today, last week, last month, whatever you do, don't stay there in that sad moments. Don't do that. Change that sadness to happiness. Post pictures of your loved ones. Talk about your loved ones. You know, keep their memory alive. You know, yes, they're not here in flesh, but they still surrounded by you. My biggest thing, give somebody a hug. Everybody needs a hug out there. Give somebody a hug. You know, give somebody a hug. And then also, too, you know, if you feel like you need to vent, if you feel like you need to cry, don't be afraid to cry, to vent. And then if you do decide to vent to someone, you make sure you tell that person that you don't want no opinions. You just want that person to listen. That's why I say you have to change things, how things used to be in life. You got to change those things because a lot of times, you know, you get in arguments with people when people wants to vent. You express your opinion, that person get upset, and then here you go, y'all both explode, you know. So you have to change things in life and do things different in life. That's like me. I'm doing things different in life. I'm trying to understand people, you know, giving people the benefit of a doubt. So when people come to me and they need to vent, I ask them, you know, do you want my opinion or you just want to vent? And when they say, no, Keisha, I don't want your opinion, I just want you to listen. That's what I do. So it won't be no misunderstanding between each other. You know, you got to start learning how to do things different. You know, go into situation in a positive way. Don't always go into situation in a negative way. You know, you got to find things to, you know, change the outlook. You know, a lot of times people don't like change, but change is good sometimes, you know, especially if you want to live a better life and look at things different in life. You have to learn how to change things. You can't be stubborn. You know, you have to willing to open yourself up, you know, because everybody is not right. You know, we find ourselves that just because we say things, you know, oh, I'm saying it the right way. No, you saying it in the wrong way. I'm saying, no, everybody is going to express the way they look at things. So you have to learn how to not take people's opinion too hard. People are going to express things. You know, as long as you know that whatever they're saying is that's not the way you're feeling, that's okay. You're the person that has to deal with the situation. You know, so just remember that, you know, don't take people's opinion too hard. Don't get upset. You know, and another thing too, if you're a person out there that is dating, be honest with that date. You know, be straight up with that date. You know, and don't go into it looking farther into a date. Don't do that. You know, don't do that. If you're just kicking with that person, you're kicking with that person. Know the difference from kicking with that person and like being with that person. A lot of times people get that confused. If you're just kicking with a person, if you just got a person that, you know, say every Friday they take you out, y'all have fun. Hey, y'all just kicking it. You know, you gotta, you know, you gotta know the difference. Especially if a guy come up to you and a guy or a girl come to you and tell you that they don't want a relationship right now, respect that. They're being honest. Don't push yourself on them when they're telling you that they don't want a relationship. See, a lot of times we don't want to hear the truth. You know, a lot of times people tell you the truth in the beginning, but we overlook that because we're pushing on what we want. A lot of times people don't want that. You know, that's why I say a lot of times people are in relationships right now that they didn't want that. You know, they didn't want that. But, you know, people will push themselves on to you. You know, be true. You know, try to learn how to be true. You know, tell people what you truly want. Don't be afraid. You know, if you feel that if a person is doing something that you don't like, be honest with that person. Tell that person. You know, that's just like with me. You know, if me and my husband have a disagreement, and if it's something that he said that hurts my feelings, I'm going to tell him right then and there, babe, what you said, that hurt my feelings. You know that, right? It hurt my feelings. You know, and to him, it might not seem like I to him, it doesn't seem like that. But to me, yeah. That's why one thing about, you know, me and my husband, we're learning each other more and more each day. You know, and we trying to teach each other to learn how to be honest with each other, because I feel like when we learn how to be more honest with each other, we understand our relationship, you know, and if I hurt his feelings, he's not afraid to say, Keisha, hey, you hurt my feelings. He's not afraid of that. Like if it's something, you know, he's not afraid. If it's something that he don't like, he's not afraid to say, Keisha, hey, what you're doing, I don't like. You know, you have to have that communication. You have to have that honesty with each other, because you're learning. I feel like you learn about your partner each day or certain things, because you really truly don't really know your partner like you think you know your partner. Your partner a lot of times just be the person that you want them to be, not the person that they truly are. But when you start allowing your partner to be their self and open up to talk about certain things, I feel like you have a better communication with each other, you know. But that's my opinion, you know. Hey, you do your way, the way you feel like it works for you and your partner. Hey, but to avoid all the sadness, the hurtness, you gotta be honest. Especially if you feel that that person, you know, you want to spend the rest of your life with. You know, you gotta open up. You gotta be honest with that person. You know, you got to. You know, that's just like if you feel like your partner is not giving you enough love or enough sex, whatever. You gotta be honest with your partner. You gotta be honest. Don't let your partner think that they're giving you enough of that when they're not giving you enough of it. Don't let your partner think that. You know, because a lot of times that's how people start cheating on one another, is because it's something that their partner is not getting. You know, their partner thinking that they're giving it, but no, you know. So you got to be open. You got to be honest with your partner. You got to talk about things, you know. Try to change things in your life, you know, in your relationship. You know, because if you feel like that relationship is worth fighting for, you know, fight for that relationship, but y'all have to open up to each other and be honest with each other. But I hope today, you know, will open up somebody's eyes to try to be a better person, of learning how to start being honest with a person, you know. Because a lot of times the biggest thing that a woman always want to ask a man is, how you truly feel about me. We do. We always ask a man that. You know, and a lot of times men don't give us that answer that we want, because a lot of times men are afraid to be honest when it comes to that question. Be honest with your partner. Be honest with your friend. Be honest with your girlfriend, your boyfriend. If that person asks you how you truly feel about me, be honest. Tell that person. Tell that person. Don't be afraid. Tell that person, because they ask you. And for the ones that's going to receive that, if you want the truth, you better handle that truth. You know, don't continue saying you want the truth, and then when they give you the truth, you can't handle the truth. People tell us the truth all the time in the first beginning. We just overlook it because we're going after something else that we want from that person. Pay attention. Pay attention. You know, stop being illusional. Stop thinking, you know, because like they say, if a person truly wants you, they're going to go for you. They're going to fight for you. But thank you guys for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Thursday afternoon. Peace and love. Bye.